Alan, oil price has been falling and we're still working through the consequences of what that means for various parts of the global oil system. Tanker rates we see have been rising. Why is this so?
Well, first of all, at this time of year, tanker rates would rise. This is the highest demand period for oil. But even so, tanker rates have gone to new highs. They are higher by almost 40–50% over last year, and they are, frankly, they're flying. The reason for that is oil prices are low, and they're going lower. The Kuwaitis, for instance, have discounted their official selling price to levels we haven't seen in really 15 years. So, in Asia in particular, they're buying all they can, and that oil needs to get there.
So, great news then for anyone who owns oil tankers. Who owns them?
Well, the biggest player really for a long time in terms of number of ships, not in terms of market cap anymore, was Norway's Frontline. It does have a lot of debt, though, and about 9 times net debt to EBITDA, so that's a lot of gearing. The jump in spot VLCC rates for the very largest crude carriers,
VLCs being
very large crude carriers, means that that some of that risk that they might have to issue equity to pay off bonds, they have a convertible bond due about $150 million worth in April, some of that's gone away. So its shares have fallen. They're doubled this month alone.
So is this what we should assume then? Lower crude prices aren't necessarily very good for oil tanker owners because there's more people wanting to ship oil around. Is it as straightforward as that?
I don't think, it's not that straightforward. What you need to focus on is what OPEC is doing. And what OPEC has said recently, a bit of a surprise, was as oil prices come down, they've said we are not cutting production. And as long as production continues out of the Arab Gulf, well, it will need tankers to get to wherever it is going to, and usually that has been more and more in the Far East.
So what's the nightmare scenario then for the tanker owners?
I think if OPEC suddenly changes its mind and says, no, we are going to cut production sharply, though there will still be buying for a little bit, but if official selling prices start to really, really shoot up because of that, that isn't really the thing to focus on. It's really about the amount of oil on the water. Any change to that, any risk of cuts, that could change tanker rates.
Well, all smooth at the moment for the tanker owners, but could change as oil prices do. Alan, thanks very much.